What's going on, beautiful and amazing people? Doc Genzo here with a March 2021 BANLIST reaction video. Yes, it is time. It has finally come out, and gotta say, a lot of people are really happy with it. A lot of people aren't really happy with it. Me, it's kind of a gray area. There's some things I like about it, some things I don't. But you'll find that on the video, so let's get into it. First off, we're going to go with the forbidden cards, and we're going to start off. I got the list here in front of me. We're going to go right down the list and start off with the first new card on the list, Union Carrier. Now, this card's been seeing a lot of play, not just in Dragon Link, but in stuff like Drytron, stuff like Shaddolls, I think, and just overall a lot of decks playing stuff like Dawn Knight and all that other good stuff. And kind of salty a little bit about that one because I just traded for one for a deck and now it's on the list, so can't really use it. But I never really used it in much of my decks, so I don't really have any strong thoughts about it either way. I just know that it's going to open up a lot of stuff coming off the list that Union Carrier got hit, such as when we get to the Unlimited, the Dragon Buster Destruction Sword being taken off because Union Carrier got hit and stuff like that. But yeah, no real strong opinions on that either way. Let's get into it. The next one, number S0, Utopic Zexal. A lot of people were wanting this one hit, especially with the Numeron engine now. Gotta say, I play Numeron engine, so I kind of use it, but at the same time I can understand why it got hit. And again, no real strong opinions on it either way. You didn't really see a lot of play of it, except with the Numeron engine. And from what I could tell, not a lot of decks were running the Numeron engine if they weren't Rogue. I know that that's just anecdotal, and it could be that a lot of decks were running it, but from what I saw, not a lot of decks except for Rogue decks were running the Numeron engine. And even then, sometimes they'd opt to go into Mega Clops as opposed to S0. But S0 getting onto the list, cards that don't let you play the game, I kind of don't like. Mystic Mind, for example. So, seeing it on the list, I guess I'm leaning more towards positive, but it's still kind of in that middle column. And finally, the big one, the big guy, true king of all calamities, V.F.D. He got banned. Did not expect this, thought they put him to 1, but nope. They just took a hammer and smacked him right on the head. Right down in between the brows. He is gone. He is forbidden. And we will probably not be seeing him again for a long, long time. He is a very good card. A very nice card in virtual worlds, generators. Basically any deck you're running level 9s in that you can get out consistently, you're going to be running VFD. And frankly, I'm not going to say I'm happy to see him on the list because a lot of decks I play him, but at the same time I understand why they put him on the list. Again, he's one of those cards that don't let you play the game, and especially with top decks now being able to get into 2 of them in one turn, virtual worlds, it was a problem, and I'm very interested to, and a lot of decks would go combo just to get out one VFD out of like 2 level 9 synchros or fusions or whatever. Like, not just virtual worlds, but a lot of decks would combo just to get out of VFD because he was that powerful. So yeah, I'm interested to see where the format goes with him on the list. I know that Dragon Link played him a little bit, maybe. I think I saw a Dragon Link player put one out. I'm not quite sure. But, yeah, other than that, I think it's good to see him go. I think it's going to make the format a bit more interesting. We'll see where it goes. Alright, next up, we're going to go to the limited list, and there's only one new card on the limited list, and that of course is Cyber Angel Benton. That's one of the few that I actually got right in my predictions. Benton being put to 1, definitely understand it. If she didn't get put to 1, she needed an errata, that's for sure, to be once per turn. The fact that if she was not once per turn means Drytron could just abuse that search, and frankly it was just getting a little out of control. Very glad to see her put to 1. Very happy because it means Drytron will be a bit less powerful. They're still going to be stupid powerful, don't get me wrong. And people are definitely going to be start playing the Megalith variant just to be able to get their Ben 10 back to hand off full. Just to be able to get that search again, because again, it's not once per turn. But yeah, Ben 10 being put to 1, everybody could definitely see it. Did not see her getting banned because I didn't think they'd want to alienate Drytron players. Because if they banned Ben 10, then a lot of people would just drop off the Drytron train. Sure, Konami doesn't want that. So that's why she's put to 1. And frankly, kind of happy to see her there. It's going to lead to a very interesting format. Next up, Semi-Limited. Nothing new in Semi-Limited. Militia's still there. A lot of people not happy about that, but hey, what can you do? And now we go to the Unlimited, or the It Does Not Matter. And we'll start off with Dragon Buster Destruction Sword. Was forbidden. Unlimited now, thanks to Union Carrier being banned. The fact that this card was banned was because of Union Carrier. Union Carrier would put it out from the deck, equip it to anything, and basically your opponent could just be locked out the extra deck for 2 monsters. Because you use 2 monsters, go into Union Carrier, and they get locked out the extra deck for basically free. And it was very, very bad. Got put on the list, but now the Union Carrier's on the list. They took it off. I think it's going to be very interesting to see what people do with it. I think people are going to find other ways to abuse it. If not, then, Buster Blader's just going to become a powerful deck, and we'll see where that goes. Firewall Dragon. This one's very interesting. I was not playing during this format. I was taking a little hiatus from Yugioh, but I heard he was very broken. He is off the list, Unlimited, but the change only takes effect after April 14th, 2021. I think they might be still working out an errata for him. That, or they might be working out a rule change in regards to links, or they might even be waiting because they're going to introduce an out to him in a new set by that time, which will be very interesting to see. We don't know why they're saying until April 14th, but we'll see where it goes. Next, Unlimited, Phantom Knights and Rusty Bardiche. I kind of disagree with this one. I think he should have stayed at 1 or gotten banned again. This card is just so powerful. Puts Phantom Knights right at the top. Puts any deck that can go into him, really, almost right at the top. He is just so good. He sets one, he pops, he dumps. He's basically the ShamWow of dark decks. It's insane. He's so good. And frankly, I wish to see him kept at 1 or banned, but we'll see where it goes when he's unbanned. People are still probably going to only run 1 anyways, because that's all you need, because again, he's a ShamWow, but we'll see where it goes. Duloran, Tiger King of the Ice Barrier, Unlimited. He was limited. Again, wasn't really playing during his heyday. It's interesting to see him come off the list. Didn't really think that he was that overall powerful when I read the effect. But at the same time, I wasn't playing during this format. This was way back when, before I even got into the competitive scene in the first place. Way before my hiatus, way before everything else. So I wasn't really around to see the power of this guy. But again, we'll just see how he plays in the format. I don't think he's going to make that much of a splash, because he got reprinted in the Ice Barrier deck and you don't really see a lot of decks running him. And there's probably better synchro options in decks that can play him. So I don't really think he's going to make that much of a splash. But who knows? We'll see. Maybe they'll find some jank to play him with and he'll be, tiers. He'll make a deck tier 0 or something. We don't know. Ignister Prominence, the Blasting Draco Slayer, was limited and now it's unlimited. This one is interesting. I was playing whenever this guy was big, and he was a bastard. He does not target. He shuffles back into the deck. He blows up one of your own guys, which can lead to a lot of other effects depending on what you pop. And this was back in like not Duelist Alliance days, but around that time, and it was just crazy seeing him go nuts. And a lot of other decks can go into him probably now, and it'll just be even more crazy than ever before, because there's a lot more resources out now. There's a lot more things that can happen. Metal foes, definitely. And it's just gonna be crazy to see how he's played. I definitely think he's either gonna be a rogue option for sure, especially with metal foes and stuff. But who knows? We'll see. I think he's going to do a lot of nutty things this format, and yeah, that's my take on it. Rank up Magic Argent Chaos Force was forbidden, now unlimited. I wasn't really playing when this card was a thing. A lot of these cards, I'm sorry, but a lot of these cards I wasn't playing when it was a thing, so I don't really know the full scope of their power. But from what I heard and could tell, this card was pretty crazy. And yeah, I think they're giving a lot of love right now to Phantom Knights and Raid Raptors with Rusty Bardiche to 3, and with this Ranked Up Magic to 3, because those are the main decks that play them. And yeah, it just recycles itself. It recycles itself, you rank up with it, and there's really not much more to say about it, to be perfectly honest. I mean, it's just a good card, and it was forbidden for a reason, and I look forward to seeing how it makes a splash this format. This is going to definitely make a splash with Raid Raptors and now Rusty Bardiche and all that other stuff. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. And finally, True King's Return. True King's Return was semi-limited, and now it's unlimited. Not sure how big of a change that'll be. A lot of True Draco players will scream at me saying, oh, it'll make the biggest difference. Oh my gosh, it's going to be great. It's insane. Haven't really played against a lot of True Dracos because, again, wasn't really around for that format. I know they're crazy. I know True King's Return is crazy. But at the same time, going from 2 to 3, getting one more extra in a deck that can already pretty much put it out consistently, I'm not sure if it's going to make that big of a deal. It'll probably make a big deal in the minds of True Draco players, but in terms of the format, again, it's all just we'll have to wait and see. This is the first day of the new ban list. We don't know what's going to happen. All we know is basically Dragon Link is probably going to go tier 1, perhaps even tier 0. Doubt that, but we'll see. Now we're gonna go to a section of the video where I kind of, no one's gonna like this section because everybody has their opinion, but might as well give mine. I think I'm gonna put the stuff that I think they should have hit. They should have definitely touched dinosaurs, for sure. They should have hit Misk. They should have hit Babysitter Source. They should have hit something from dinosaurs. The dinosaurs dodged this list completely, and that baffles my mind. Like, UCT didn't get touched. Misk definitely didn't get touched, which is crazy to me. Babysaurus, Petite Pteranodon, Fossil Dig. You'd think Fossil Dig would have been put on the list, but no, Fossil Dig didn't even get touched either. And it's kind of crazy that we can't have, more than one Rhoda, but they can have 3 Fossil Digs. I know dinos aren't as prevalent as warriors, but I mean, come on, man. Show some love. Anyways, but yeah, dinos not getting touched is kind of crazy. I think Misk should definitely been put to 1. Miscellaneousaurus, for those that don't know, that's Misk. Misk definitely should have been put to 1 or banned outright. And I know a lot of people are going to say, oh, you're just complaining about Misk, blah, blah, blah. Yes, I am complaining about Misk, and, it's a good card, and I have a right to complain about it. Alright, next up, Salamangreat Mirage Stalio. Seeing a lot of people sad that he didn't come off the list. I don't really play Salamangreats. I haven't really played against Salamangreats that much, so I don't really care either way. But it definitely would have been a more interesting format if he was put off the list. It definitely would have been interesting to see how people played with him. But at the same time, can't have everything you want, so oh well. What else do I think should have been put on the list? Oh, L-Lich. L-Lich didn't get touched at all, which to me is also kind of crazy. And I actually play L-Lich. And I thought, at least L-Land, I thought they were going to do something dumb and it wouldn't really change how the deck played and put L-Land to 1 or some Elixir that nobody plays to 1. But no, they didn't even touch him. They didn't put him to 1. They didn't do anything with him. They didn't do jack crap with L-Lich, which is crazy to me because he is an engine that almost everyone is running now. That is crazy. Another card that I think maybe should have been limited, Dogmatica Punishment. Not that many people run more than one anyways, but I think it's just like a trap card that gets 2 pops for basically free because you send Intis is kind of crazy to me, kind of nutty. And it's a pretty powerful card. I think it would have been nice to have it one, but at the same time, I can see why they didn't touch it. It's not really that big of a deal. Not as much as saying like dinos didn't get hit or anything. Alright, another one that I think probably should have been put on the list was Mystic Mine. Oh, typical YouTuber complaining about Mystic Mine. Yes, I'm going to complain about Mystic Mine. Mystic Mine, I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. It goes up there with that Zero and True King in cards that don't let you play the game, and it is very, very hard to deal with. And the fact that you have to main specific removal cards just in order to get rid of it because there's the possibility of your opponent playing it is kind of gross to me. You already know most of my thoughts about Mystic Mine. I put them in my predictions video. You can go watch that if you want. I'll link it down below. But at the same time, it's just, it's kind of icky that it didn't even get, a glance. Not a lot of people are talking about it either, which is weird to me. And yeah, that's pretty much all my thoughts about it. That's every card I thought should have been put on the list. I thought some of those engines should have been put on the list, like definitely L-Lich and stuff like that, and all this other stuff. But overall, it's an interesting list. I don't really have strong thoughts about it one way or the other, except for Dragon Link. Dragon Link is going to go stupid. Oh, that's another card that I thought needed to be put on the list was LP. LP definitely needs to be put on the list. If you don't think that, you're wrong. But yeah. If you don't count Union Carrier, Dragon Link pretty much escaped this list unscathed, which is also kind of crazy to me, because now they're going to be the top of tier 1, especially with other variants. You already see Dragon Maid, Chamber Dragon Maid going up to like $90 in like a day from $50, which is nuts. You're seeing Hieratic Seal of the Heavenly Spheres going from 15 to 20 now. Dragon Maid Hospitality going to 30. This is all just crazy, man. Like, this list has definitely affected a lot of people. It's definitely affected a lot of cards' prices. So for me to feel kind of neutral about it is kind of weird, but at the same time, it's just, it feels like a filler list, but at the same time, it's not. I do say one more thing about it. I wish they did give us like one crazy card off the list, like they've done with sometimes, like when they unbanned Monster Reborn or Regeki or something. I wish they would have given us like some nutty card to play with for a format, just a little bit, like maybe like Delinquent Duo, or give us Kaiser back for a format, or Change of Heart maybe, or something like that. Yeah, that just would have been fun. It would have been crazy. A lot of people were saying they wanted Grass back, which I never played in that format, but I just know that Grass is just a really powerful card. But yeah. So yeah, that's my thoughts on the list. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next video. Thanks.